Hello guys, welcome to the machine learning mindset. In this tutorial we're going to discuss some details about the strings. We define them in Python, what are they, and basically as I mentioned how we define it, what are different types, and some similar important matters. So let's just start with the strings. Strings in Python are surrounded by either single quote marks or double quotation marks, like assuming we have hello world in single quotation, or we may have the hello world in double quotation. Both are technically the same, so let's just print. As I mentioned in Google before, in Google Colab you don't need to use print to see the output of the variable, but just for the sake of the syntax we're gonna do that. So print hello world. As you can see, you simply see the output. If we use the single quotation, see we get the same output. So it doesn't matter technically if you're using the single quotation or the double quotation. So we can assign strings to variables. It's very simple, like a equal to hello world, and if we go ahead and print a, you can see it's just printed as the variables is the hello world. So we may have different strings, like longer strings. We can also use actually 3 double quotes as like this, like welcome to the machine learning mindset. And if we print a, see it's just printed for us. Well, we can define this in a different way. We can put it in 3 single quote, and if you print again, as you can see we have the same output, and these are technically the same, but we can define it in either of the way. So here let's say we want to get the characters here. So we have a, and strings are arrays. So if we print a again, as you can see we have welcome to the machine learning mindset, and if we do indexing, array 1 is e. In Python, indexing starts with 0, so the first one w, if we want to return that, we have to use a0. We later on discuss indexing more, so now let's just move on with the simple syntax of the indexing. And if assuming we want to return more index, we use a, we start from 0 to 3, for example, and it's printed. It is important that you know in Python 3 means excluding 3, and starting with 0 means it includes 0. So we have the element 0, 1 and 2, not 3. So the end one is the last one is going to be ignored. So make sure that you know this type of Python indexing for now, and later we're going to discuss about it. One last thing, actually before I end this video, let's just do, what if we want to return the length of this string? We do have the string, we want to print the length. We use the built-in function len as a string method to return the length of the a, and it tells us 39, which is the number of all characters in the welcome to the machine learning mindset. There are basically different kind of methods, that some of which are commonly used, some of which are not. For example, assume we want to use the lower. It's just a simple syntax. We print a dot lower. You see what it returns? It turned all the sentences there, all the characters of English there to the equivalent lowercase. And let's print a again. As you can see, the array A is not changing by itself, so a dot lower is doing it in place, so it doesn't change the A, it just return the results. And there are different methods like the upper, replace, and split. There are many different methods, as I mentioned, which I will put a link in the description below if you wanted to dig more into the string methods. You would know. So actually, one of the most important things in a string is that we can simply concatenate the strings. What's the meaning of concatenation? Assume we have A equal to hi and B equals to Alex, and we want to print the sentence hi Alex. We can simply put A plus B and it prints hi Alex, as you can see. So it's better than we can just simply add a space in between by doing print A plus space B, and it gives us the sentence hi Alex. And it is one of the mostly usage of the concatenation, and it was pretty simple, and you can see it's going to be used frequently. But there is one important thing here that you should remember. For example, we do know that the type of A is string. Let's try add A to an integer. We will have an error. It says must be string, not int. So A must be a string. A is a string and 1 must be string as well. So what is the solution? In case we want to add a number to a string, we have to cast the type. It's very simple. How we do it? It's just 1 plus, as we mentioned in previous videos, str1, and it just added. It says hi 1, as we can see. To just make it a little bit more clear, we will have str of 3, for example, and print, sorry, it just went messed up. Let's just print it. You can see it says hi 3. As simple as that. So you need to make sure when you just want to add different kind of elements together, they should have some sort of the same types. And it is important that you know there is a different way of using that. This is something that we use it very simple, and it is very important. As we can see in future tutorials, we commonly use that, but it is basically one of the simplest methods that we're using the strings. And we just in the tutorial we told you that we just simply could add them all together. We just need to cast the type, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Working with the strings is very simple, but it needs to have a hands-on on different methods, and you should know basically which method is doing what. In general, we cover the body of the topic here. Just make sure to subscribe to see our future videos. Stay tuned, and I give you some sort of links as I mentioned down there, so you can have some further explorations to know how it can be a master in working with the strings. Right, thank you so much for watching. See you very soon.